Pride is one of the most dangerous sins in the Bible. It was pride that caused Satan to fall when he said he would exalt himself above God. Pride blinds us to our need for God, making us think we can handle life on our own. But the Bible warns in Proverbs 16:18, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. When we lift ourselves up, we are setting ourselves up for a hard fall. God calls us instead to humility. James 4:6 says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Think about that for a moment. When we are prideful, God himself resists us. But when we humble ourselves, he gives us grace, strength, and blessing. Jesus gave us the perfect example of humility. Philippians 2:6-8 tells us that though he was in the form of God, he did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself, taking the form of a servant. He humbled himself even to the point of death on a cross. If the Son of God humbled himself like that, how much more should we? Pride shows up in many subtle ways. It can be thinking we are better than others, refusing to admit when we are wrong, or believing we do not need to pray because we can handle things ourselves. Pride can even creep into our spiritual life when we think our good works make us more worthy before God. But Jesus said in Luke 18 about the Pharisee and the tax collector that it was the humble tax collector who beat his chest and said, God, be merciful to me, a sinner, that went home justified before God. Humility is not about thinking less of yourself. It is about thinking of yourself less and putting God first. It is recognizing that every good gift we have comes from him and not from our own strength. It is choosing to serve others instead of always trying to be served. 1 Peter 5:6 says, Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you. When we humble ourselves, God is the one who lifts us up. But if we lift ourselves up in pride, God will bring us low. So the choice is clear. We can walk in pride, which leads to destruction, or we can humble ourselves before God and receive his grace. If you enjoyed learning about the Bible, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment about what story you want to see next.